Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is a very quick video because I want to give you a review of these needles, and they're called Addi CRASYTRIO, and I think in America they might be called Addi Flexi Flips. I'm not sure, but this is the needles I'm talking about. First of all, what made me buy them? I've knitted these socks, and these are men's size, with a diagonal purl stitch all over the top of the foot and all around the cuff, as you can see. And I've knitted these socks in Knit Crate's Knitology yarn sheen in the colorway Titmouse, and it's 75% merino wool, 15% silk and 10% cashmere. It's a very luxurious yarn, and I enjoyed knitting with it so much. I've knitted these socks, and as you can see, they're quite a big size, and I've also knitted a little baby hat, and I still have some yarn left. It was 400 yards, 366 meters, and I've used a size 2.5 millimeters to knit these socks. And if you're interested in knowing how to knit this kind of sock, it's a top down, cuff down. So I started with a 3x3 rib, and then I've done this beautiful diagonal purl stitch all the way, and then a heel flap and gusset. And then for the foot, I've only knitted the pattern on the top of the foot, and the sole of the foot I just left it plain stockinette, and I finished with decreases for the toe and Kitchener stitch. So yeah, if you're interested in these socks, then pop a comment down below, and I will try to knit another pair on camera so you can see how to knit these. But I've knitted these with my Knit Pro circular, fixed circulars in 2.5, and I had these. The cable is a bit long. If you're knitting two at a time, then it's fine, but if you knit it like I did, one at a time, this cable keeps, like, you know, getting in your way. So I said, that's it, I'm just gonna go ahead and order those cool needles and see how I work with them. So yesterday, they came on Saturday, and they came in this like little cardboard box, 3 of them, and they look like this. As you can see, there are 2 needles attached with a very short cable, which makes them flexible. And as you can see, on one end there's more like a blunt point, and on the other end is more like a sharp point. I'm not sure what these points are called. These might be like a lacy. This is more like blunt for easier stitches. This is more for harder stitches. But I like that they give you the options of having 2 different ends, and you can use whichever one you want. I prefer the long tapered sharp one. It's not too sharp, but I prefer that one to work with than the other one. Now I have to say, I think I like them. I find them good, but for my style of knitting, they are a bit hard, and they are a bit hard on this part of my hand, these 2 fingers, because I hold my needles like this. So because this is flexible, I haven't got the support for my other 2 fingers, so my fingers will end up, you know, painful. That's one thing I would say, and I'll just show you around on this sample that I've got going on here. But first I wanted to show you that you get this little booklet inside, and it's in German, and because Addi is German, it's a German brand, and also in English. You have like some links for a YouTube channel here, and they kind of show you how to use them. And I've tried different kinds of using them, but I'll show you the way that I feel like using them best. It works best for me. They have so many different sizes. I've got the 2.5 millimeters here. They've got, I think they've got 3.5, 4 millimeter, loads of different sizes, but I wanted to use these ones for socks. So this is how I work. I use the long sharp end, and as you can see, they're quite flexible, and it is a bit like working with double pointed needles, but it's more like a magic loop with a flexible cable in there. So the way I find it easier to work is to push most of my stitches on the front needle, and then let the back needle curve like this and hold it with my thumb in the front. That's how I find to work easiest for me. And then I just knit, you know, just plain, or obviously the pattern that you're using. And as you can see, I'm usually a lot faster than this at knitting, so they do slow me down a bit. However, I do enjoy not having the cable flapping around. But I have to kind of adjust my knitting for them, which I found a little bit disappointing. And obviously it's not their fault. It's just the way I knit and the way that it works or it doesn't work for me. I think it does take a little bit of getting used to. But obviously, I think if you're an English knitter, it's easier because of the way you hold your needles. But because I'm continental or combination knitter, it's a little bit more difficult because of the length of the, oh, I dropped the stitch. The length of the needles. I wish, or maybe they do and I didn't find it, I don't know, but I wish they had, oh, what have I done there? Yeah, I wish they had a longer needle with the same amount of cable in between. See, this is just not easy for me. Oh well. I'm telling you, it was a little bit easier knitting off camera than on camera. I don't know why it's all of a sudden it became so hard. But if you have a different way of using these needles and it's easier than the way I am, and you would like to give me advice, please leave it in the comments down below. But as you can see, it's a little bit difficult for me to use them. Now it does, like I said, it does take some getting used to, but I'll let you know how I get on with them. The yarn I'm using for these socks, it's Baby Alpaca Silk by Drops, and it's a wonderful mix of baby alpaca and mulberry silk. It's so soft, it's just like so soft. And these are going to be some really, really cute socks, I'm hoping, because I'm going to do some lace for the cuff and for the top of the foot. But yeah, keep an eye on my social media, and you'll see pictures as I get on with this project, and also I will let you know how I'm doing with these flexi needles. But yeah, you get 3 of them because obviously you have 2 with the live stitches and 1 that you always used to knit with. So yeah, that's the Addi CRASYTRIO or Addi Flexi Flips, and I wanted to give you guys my opinion and show you how I use them, and be honest about it, because even though I really wanted to love these needles so much, I just can't make them work. I'm not as fast using them as just using my circulars. So yeah, maybe if these needles would be as long as my circulars, like this long, and then they would have the cable, maybe that would work better. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.